backing us up. He's got Primero busy. I think he's injured a lot of his men. I say we move in. Let's go. All right, we're just a little bit close. Just a little bit close. All right. I say we move into that chamber door over there. Ready? Go for it.
All right, we're in. Primero, he's in the ship.
All right. Hold your fire. They're still firing outside.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we've got them busy. Just watch out for guards. They could be anywhere. We're in the ship.
Look out!
Whoa! Shit, are you
I got
okay?
him. Are you okay?
I got him.
Oh.
They're still firing out. Guards, they could be anywhere. We're in the ship.
Look out!
Whoa! Shit, are you
I got him.
okay?
Are you okay?
I got him.
Watch out, the guns are malfunctioning.
All right, up there, I think that's the room to the Primero's chambers. Let's go for it. We're going in.
It's the communicator.
Hello.
Yeah, hey, I'm stranded on some asteroid. I was caught in an asteroid belt. I never even made it.
You never even made it.
Yeah, hey, I'm stranded on some asteroid. I was caught in an asteroid belt. I never even made it.
Marching through the dusty land of the apocalypse. In a no kingdom, I feel like I'm dying, wondering why I'm being stealing air from the ceiling.
Partner in crime.
Three sons of Zox are evolved into one when the crimson sun for our journeys through time warp from planet Zeon in his subconscious mind of the after dying and crossing over beyond the infinite dimension. Your life, his thoughts are infinite. Star cups and monitoring. When the red sun dominated the alignment of the planet, it caused violent warlike behavior among the humans and other living organisms like alien lizard gwats in the heat on Zeon. Or the heat of Zeon. When the blue sun arose, however, it subdued the mood of the citizens. And some of them became withdrawn and depressed. during the Blue Sun's dominance. The Blue Sun's dominance. But when the Green Sun came up in the west, there was peaceful enlightenment and mind-expanding potential where people can telepathically connect with each other without speaking, and the mind is recharged with serotonergic sun pellets in the star cups. People attempt to monitor and record Crimson Sunflower's dreams actually cause him to wake up temporarily from his coma long overdue after the red sun of war passed beyond Zeon, only to make way for the new cooling blue sun made up of dry ice.
Yep, pay attention, men. That's why they call me Commander Starcop, Commander Starfire. Yes, that makes 209 confirmed what kills. Pay attention. You watching this?
Killing another life is nothing to brag about. Remember, instead of...
Hey, who said that? Who said that? It's... who's that?
You're hearing Crimson's thoughts amplified through our brain revival scanner here on the computer.
Well, but yeah, how can he see us? We're supposed to see him, but I thought we could only monitor his dreams through our computer screens. How can he see us? Oh, man, that's a good question.
I don't know, sir. I don't know. Straight.
Killing is still wrong, no matter how easy it seems. And anyone can pull a trigger. That doesn't make you special. Sounds like it's coming from his brainwaves.
But it's not always easy. These guaps move fast here on Zeon. It makes me commander and chief of this Starcop battalion. In the name of all that's holy about this ball.
Follow me, men. Let's get Crimson to safety of our interrogation. Holy shouldn't even be right, Ho. They should be not in the same contradiction. If you believe in the true meaning of all religions, then you see how it's not up to any one man or woman to decide who is to live and who is to die. That decision is God's alone. Yes, well, that's I could even kill with God on my side. This contradiction, what makes you think you have the right to decide who's entirely evil when we all have good and evil inside? That's all. Killing a clock is no different than killing a human. It's just easier to get away with if you're in the military.
They seem to start outside. Killed is caught in self-defense to keep you safe and keep us walking. I try not to kill, no offense.
You know that, as I said, it comes from old penal colony prisoners before anarchy broke out here on Zeon, and they believed you. You can't judge an alien by the color of its skin.
Get to the side. Take my word for it. Unresolved conflicts do have a way of haunting us until we die, unless we resolve the conflicts peacefully while we're alive.
Oh, yeah.
Truth lies in the infinite perception.
If there is no such thing as time in this dimension of the afterlife and everything is happening simultaneously, then it doesn't matter at all. You see what order the events that take place in. Crimson thinks to himself. Chapter 9 of the Zeon Colony, the individual.
They all climb aboard a Star Cop cruiser spaceship hovercraft.
Put it out in the cosmic papers.
In order to improve society, it all lies in the minds of the people who live there. Well, Crimson.
In the physical environment from which it is judged, but to an individual on the internal level, normality may not exist. Familiar physical surroundings and conditions constantly exist in reality until they are displaced by life.
Flowers, first waking thoughts. Yes, Master Crimson? The three figures' faces fade as Crimson looks up at the Star Cops and slips back in and out of consciousness. The licensed Sergeant Doctor continues to scan Crimson's brain, while he lies on a levitating bed and his thoughts waves are broadcast through a computer screen as the text prints out Crimson's thoughts like receipt. The Star Cops see many figures of the planet they are looking for in Crimson's dreams, but they still don't receive any direct clues on how to locate it beyond the Gnome Star 7's sector. They stare at the data of Journeyman Crimson Sunflower's dreams on a video disc recording.
The individual.
Matter at all, you see what...
Sudden Crimson Sunflower wakes up. Hey, wait a minute. Are you recording my thoughts without my permission? Isn't that against my rights?
Oh, relax, Crimson. I'm the licensed sergeant doctor. I have authority to monitor your mind in the event of an emergency.
That's why I can't stand how authority figures always assume they can control your life with more rules. Yeah, it's convenient for them. That happens to be... I happen to be unconscious when these star cops are here. The ones that exiled me in the first place, in the middle of the desert. That was brutal, just to leave me in abandonment.
Is that the last thing you'll remember?
I think so. So, how long was I out?
You were in a neon desert sandstorm. You're a little dehydrated, but the cold of space will bring your body temperature back to normal. Just relax and you'll be fine. Now these star cops want to ask you a few questions whenever you're ready, but just take it easy.
I'm ready when you are. I might as well get the inquiry over with sooner or later.
What was it like being on Gnome Star 7 in the Forbidden Zone?
I was an atheist before I took that heavy trip.
Puka's memory is oft obscure.
In the world of the wonders on the Gnome Star 7's hidden planet in the metaphysical dimension, but after it revealed the truth to me, and I saw things infinitely, now I believe in a peacefully forgiving God that's like the energy and vibrations in the form of all organisms, unified ubiquitously as a whole. God, for the purpose of positive consciousness and how you want to define good morals in every male and female organism, including alien opobese giants, hermaphrodites, and gigantic insects, beings on the other planets. The most peaceful one of all in the Gnome Kingdom, because it remained hidden. It was the Gnome Kingdom for decades and centuries. The conflicts of this dimension evolved into utopian, peaceful society by being in the metaphysical world. Once anyone faces a near-death experience, they become aware that there must be something else out there besides nothingness after death. I refuse to let the government tell me what to think about corporate advertising manipulated by greed into the illusions of the media and the mass marketing schemes designed just to rip me off and turn me into an economic slave. An overworked, underpaid, minimum wage slave that deserves more than the hope that they won't be poor for the whole life anymore.
I believe it is my destiny to discover ultimate realities.
It's just frustrating when we come back to reality and see that we live in a land of hypocrisy where some double standards are accepted while other peaceful alternatives are not.
So wait, Crimson. Were you really there on the planet of the gnomes, or did you just imagine you were there in a flashback?
There was a dangerous maneuver in space that caused me to fear for my life. The key to our future is in the past. It's like realizing that you're in a dream when you're in the dream, so you know that it's only as scary as you'll allow it to be since you control it. Then you can relax and enjoy the dream once you know that. The journey can relax through death, and the subconscious can be fun when it's sad. Then you have no to go back to reality no matter what you do to temporarily escape it. There is no permanent escape from facing reality or the metaphysical world, since they are connected through life and death, except the death itself. But then we return to planet Zeon in the Gnome Star sector in such a makeshift spaceship. After all, it was fueled by a new revolutionary power source that was illegal in my home planet long years ago, maybe several thousand years ago, hundreds of centuries ago. And your alien friends recently discovered this energy source to produce an alternative type of oil that could fuel a specifically modified engine or alien spacecraft. Actually, this naturally renewable energy source could also be used for all sorts of useful applications, for making paper, rope, clothing, and cutting back on the deforestation, for the unconventional process of manufacturing such goods on other planets. It's my home world learned from this, but Zeon's resources are slightly different. Your industries have made all the trees extinct and almost drained our other limited natural resources. It's difficult to even know. To grow plants on such a desert planet as this, intergalactic trade markets, certain taxes, unaffordable for such commodity that have to be imported. That's what unfortunately turns people into economic wage slaves.
Yes, that's one of the reasons we are looking for the long-lost gnome colony, but what else can you tell us about how to specifically get there?
It's a fact that I can remember the transition from planet Zeon's abandoned prison colony to Gnome Star 7's peaceful utopian society, but I can only remember certain details that were affected by my emotional memory. After the evolution from anarchy on Zeon, your race got into greedy corporation corruption and competition with all the other alien races and corporate syndicates as corrupt as the alien mafia over trading information and alien DNA inventions. So everything became too distracting with new technology continually demanding more and changing faster than anybody could have anticipated until you couldn't keep up with the machines anymore. Then you lost sight of the true nature within the spirituality and artistic expression of freedom, as well as musical collaboration or any other kind of creative endeavors. When we are confined by routines, we lose sight of the true meaning of what where we came from. Everything became so mass-produced, monotonously, machines took over, left the humans seeming insignificant to the process, and the products of the point of the automatic factories where they were degenerated and cheaply made robotic monotony that slowed inevitably replaced humanity. Why was art banned in the first place? Personal freedom of expression. It was because people used and abused the privileges for freedom of expression as an excuse to be as offensive as they possibly could, wanted just to get away with it. Now, well, I'm sure that there were other artists with integrity that just wanted to explore wholesome art for art's sake and create different mediums, genres for the evolution of creative ideas, and the exaggerated reaction by the establishment kind of ruins it for the rest of the people with good intentions, don't you think?
It doesn't matter what I think. I just do what they tell me, and my job is to enforce the law, no matter what it is. That's.
Doesn't matter what I think.
It doesn't matter what I think. I just do what they tell me, and
just do what they
my
tell
job
me.
is. Doesn't matter what I think. I just do what they tell me, and my job is to enforce the law, no matter what it is. That's easier when I don't.
It's easier when I don't question it.
Maybe it's an artist's job to question censorship and oppressive boundaries in order to evolve to a point where we can think outside the box and discover new ideas or looking at our world in different ways. I'm not challenging a threatening way. I'm just asking why. We should have the freedom to ask why. That's why I try to expand my mind with new prolific ideas. Yeah, we're in the 34th century. Meaning the word hippie is a strange paradox, regardless of its context, and things taken out of context can easily misconstrue someone's reputation, but it's evolved that transcended into a full-fledged religion amongst the counterculture on planet Zeon because there were increasing instances where aliens and humans alike were persecuted for their beliefs, and we all had the right to survive. They started their own underground societies, remind me of symbols and shapes, a universal meaning. The layers are transparent. Cellophane could be anything you imagine it to be, like the clouds on the neon, freon changing in Zeon's polluted sky. Depending only on why you ask, on what you choose to focus on alone. Can I relax and enjoy my dream now? It's the mellow blue sun sends the mellow blue people out.
It's all right. Let him rest. He may be feeling a little bit weak after exposure to Zeon's heat.
Nonsense. Let's keep him awake. We don't have much time. The trail could be getting colder by the minute over the search for the notorious alien gangster leader, Klaus Gecko.
But, sir, how do we even know whether or not we can rely on what he says?
The question remains oblivious.
I like to think.
The question remains if the idea is influenced by it, does it make it less relevant or more and insightful, depending on how it opens up your subconscious? What does the experience is different for each individual? It leads to an epiphany that embodies good ideas for the benefit of everyone. What if we should ignore these ideas, even if they're meant to liberate others for the benefit and evolving our consciousness first? It's not a matter of being impaired by liberating ourselves first. It's not a matter of being... it's a matter of gaining truth and little insight from a powerful experience and else different perspective. And the truth speaks for itself, no matter where it came from. You're wondering if any of my answers are credible? I know the difference between truth and illusion. I've even considered myself an expert on the subject by now. Maybe asking the wrong questions. Instead of doubting the messenger based on preconceived notions and prejudiced judgment, maybe the question you should be asking yourselves is related directly to what is truth, as opposed to where it came from. You determine your own reality based on your own limited perceptions, all enlightened ones. But once you've been through an infinite journey like me, then you see that reality is not constant. It can be changed and defined easily, or so definitely, even when your perception changes to accommodate a new reality. Maybe your changing of perception is necessary in order to adapt to the reality instead of denying the infinite truth within constant change. The more rigid you become with your rules, the less able you'll be able to see that adapt to strong winds, changing currents and shifting moods and minds and planetary seasons.
We don't need any more of...
Seasons,
We don't need any more of your philosophical rants.
We don't need any more.
We just need to know where Gecko is and whether or not he...
We don't need any more of your philosophical rants, Crimson.
On the long
We just need to know where Gecko Class is.
The Gnome Star 7 sector.
And who's helping him hide out in the long-lost Gnome Star sector?
Maybe Lieutenant Max Casbah can help you find him. I have no idea where the notorious alien gangster leader Clarence Gecko may be. All I know is that I certainly don't need to be interrogated or held against my will. I need to make a living with my artistic talent. If anyone cares, then I should be able to define my own purpose without you meddling in my affairs. But why should I care about what you need when you don't care about what I even give 2 laser bullets about what I need? Oh, yeah, calm down. We're going to have to sedate you. It takes a uniquely intelligent person to appreciate the journey. Just say no to advertisements or corporate mind control. The only rarely ever rewarded enough to survive in the first place and for the things I need in a term of basic survival. No, you're just all over the place again. Why do you keep talking about forbidden subjects? Don't you have any respect for all the authority that directs your life here on our land? I have respect for people who are willing to give their lives for a good cause. Yeah, you're in the military, the soldiers are admirable, for the corporate government.
Yes. We could banish you again if we wanted to, Crimson, to Planet Zeon's neon hot deserts. Yes, so you swear to away if we find you guilty of treason until you cooperate. Why must you test my patience? Why must we be tested by the trials and tribulations of mortality? Well, methods here are weak, to say the least, Dr. Mind Blower. Yes, I'm talking to you. I say we have to fight to the death. If he wins, he proves he's worthy to join our military army. But if he can't defend himself, well, then he dies. Nobody ever said war was fair, you know. Doctor, what if he wins and doesn't want to join the military? Consider that option? Well, that's why we're trying your methods first. But you're trying my patience. On with it, Dr. Mind Blower. If we could increase the dosage of the psychological seed killer, it might act as a truth serum. But it could eventually drive him insane if he refuses to cooperate with the interrogation process, Commander Starfire. Well, we could charge him with treason if he refuses to join the military, in which case we'll just abandon him in Zeon's desert anyway again.
I searched
approach the crimson cosmic sunset with my sprawling multi-binoculars. Only scope out where I might land. My crystal palace's defense system kicked in, however.
Three sons of Sox are all evolved into one when the crimson sunflower journeys through time, warp on planet Zeon in his subconscious mind of the after dying and crossing over beyond the infinite dimension of coming back to life. His thoughts are infinite. Star cups and monitoring. When the red sun dominated the alignment of the planet, it caused violent warlike behavior among the humans and other living organisms like alien lizard guats in the heat on Zeon, or the heat of Zeon. When the blue sun arose, however, it subdued the mood of the citizens, and some of them became withdrawn and depressed during the blue sun's dominance. The blue sun's dominance. But when the green sun came up in the west, there was peaceful enlightenment and mind-expanding potential where people can telepathically connect with each other without speaking, and the mind is recharged with serotonergic sun pellets in the star cups. People attempt to monitor and record Crimson Sunflower's dreams actually cause him to wake up temporarily from his coma long overdue after the red sun of war passed beyond Zeon, only to make way for the new cooling blue sun made up of dry ice as its core.
Power is the illusion of fear. I can control my own fears, even though you may not want to control my surroundings. I feel like I'm in a waking dream, even though you may want to control my surroundings. I feel like I'm in a waking dream. In other words, I know I'm awake, but I feel like I'm in a dream or a nightmare I can't escape from, depending on this particular situation.
This digital text readout of his brain is a waste of time. We need more direct communication.